Let's do it live. Do to it, Lars. What's up, guys? Today is Thursday, June 6th. I have a good one for you right now. I was going to do investing A to Z, everything, not just wholesaling. I wanted to do everything from acquisitions to dispositions, not just one niche. Yesterday was a good call. I had fellow member John Crutchfield Jr. He was in here. He was asking me a bunch of questions. I was a little nervous because it was live. I didn't put any restrictions on what he can and can't ask me, so that was a fun call. I think it went well enough. June 20th, Thursday. I think it's 2 more weeks or 3 more weeks. 2 more weeks. We have our in-person Mastermind open house. This month's topic is dispositions. So if you're in DFW, come on out. It's right in our office. Everybody is invited. We didn't put the Eventbrite up, but that's not hard enough. Let me fix that right quick. There you go. So everybody can go there and grab tickets. Again, it's free. It's in our office. Come on out, talk, find out what's going, what's not working, what is working in this market. That is a big thing to discuss right now. Okay, the market is always changing. It's pretty volatile right now. So, as always, if anybody has any questions, anybody wants to talk about anything, anybody needs anything, drop a comment. I'm always there to help. Let me get my screen set up. I think this one. Yeah, that one works. Right underneath the feet. So this is what I wanted to go over today. All right, I threw some slides together, and at any time, if anybody has a question, stop me, right? Just drop a comment, and I'll jump into it. I have no problems, diverging and going off topic. My ADD kind of forces me to do that. So one way or another, we're going to get distracted, and it's going to be fun. So, this is what we're going to go over today. This is what I have on the schedule. Okay, I want to talk about setting up your marketing budget. That is a big thing. Okay. So cold calling, no, we haven't, just because we're not doing that. All of the lists that I've been building for the Mastermind group, Anthony, I will get into that in this discussion. Okay, but yeah, on the cold call side, we're not doing much of it. Okay. My team does the follow-up, and so it's more on the warm side than the cold lead generation side. So that is something that people are running into right now, Anthony. If you're finding unique properties, and I am going to go over that in the disposition side, right? Making sure that you're able to actually get rid of it. A lot of the inbound leads that we are seeing are all retail side. So it is challenge. Man, also, are you following up with them? Are you touching them systematically like we always discuss? Are you doing call? Are you texting them? Are you emailing them? Are you going to door knock on them, right? What is their pain points? So I will get into all that today. We're going to talk about setting up your marketing budget, right? We'll explore how to allocate your budget effectively to maximize your marketing efforts, right? Understand what's the best for your business, all right? I say this all the time. People first starting out, they get shiny object syndrome, and they want to go and they want to hire out VAs and they want to expand because some asshole on Facebook or some asshole on YouTube told them that was the first step. And it's not. You have to make sure that you're expanding and you're growing to your business. So that is one thing that we're going to discuss today is marketing. I'm going to start off on it, and actually 2 of our segments are just on marketing. So it is a huge part of investments. Marketing strategies, we're going to talk about different channels, right, and tactics for lead gen and tracking your success. One thing that I didn't go much into is the CRMs and the system side of this, but if anybody has questions when we get to those, just raise a hand and I'll diverge, right? That's not a problem at all. We're going to go over acquisition strategies. We're going to discover how to identify, evaluate, and negotiate the best property deals, okay? Everything that we do is direct to seller. If you want to be successful, you have to start getting direct to seller. Okay, buying and being a flipper and buying from wholesalers, that is absolutely a-okay. Okay, a lot of people do it. Everybody does it. We still buy in JV and work with wholesalers. But if you want to get the big bucks, if you want to make money, you have to get direct to seller and start marketing to them. Okay, we're going to go over how to do that today. We're going to go over disposition strategies, because as much as acquisitions matters, dispositions is just the other side of the coin. Okay, it's a 50-50 relationship, and disposition strategies you need to be successful in, especially in this market. In a changing market, if you're not being successful in dispositions, you're just failing and you're leaving money on the table. Okay, so we're going to go over, get insights on preparing your properties for sale, marketing them to your buyers, and closing deals efficiently. As always, this is a live Q&A. At any time, you are encouraged to ask questions. I can't say that enough. You are encouraged to ask questions. I will answer your questions. As you can already tell, I'm diverging and talking to Anthony, right? But at any time, raise your hand, and I will try to provide actionable and good feedback for everybody. So, all right, let's jump into it. Right up first on the bat is setting up your marketing budget. Okay, leads are the lifeblood of real estate. I'm going to say that again. Leads are the lifeblood of real estate. If you don't have a way of getting steady, consistent leads, you are going to be hurting. You are not going to be successful. Okay, you might be able to do one or two, and that's fine, but you're not going to be successful. You're not going to have a repeatable business until you understand that leads matter more than anything else, okay? A well-planned marketing budget is crucial for the success of your investment business, okay? Your business, not mine, not anybody else's in DFWs, okay? Not some a-hole wholesaler in Arizona. Okay, it matters to your business. Is your business just going to do one or two flips a year? Are you going to wholesale 10 properties a year? Are you going to do 10 a month? Is your business a solo entrepreneur? Or are you going to try to build an entire shop and get a bunch of wholesalers and cold callers? Is that what you want, right? You have to understand what you want and build it accordingly. You need to make sure that your marketing budget is covering a full campaign, okay? I'm going to say full campaign because I kind of picked and choose my words here. What does a full campaign mean to you, right? That's what you have to ask yourself. Is it 90 days? Is it 1 month? It definitely shouldn't be 1 month, okay? Typically, it's about 3 months, so 90-day campaign. If you're doing bulk mail, that might be a lot longer though, okay? So that's why it depends on your marketing channel and your campaign length. Am I cutting out? I'm looking laggy over here on my side, but I just want to make sure everything's good. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if I'm still hearing and seeing and everything's up and up. But if I got to fix something, let me know. So, finding, right, your marketing budget is just reverse engineering, okay? There are tools out there. We have tools in the Mastermind, okay, that allow you to just reverse engineer what your marketing budget is, all right? I'm putting together a brand new one with all the different marketing channels, and then you can relate and you actually see your funnel, okay? That's what I'm currently working on for the Mastermind. But all the tools are out there. You don't have to come to us. They're out there. Just go Google marketing calculator, and I promise you can find somebody out there that's going to give you one for free as a lead magnet, okay? But the whole goal of it is to reverse engineer to find out what you need, all right? Then you're going to have to track all of this, right? That's where the CRM comes in and all the systems. But when you're first starting out, you don't need those things, all right? You're going to get a pad and a paper, And you're just going to do it that way, okay? You're not trying to scale. Your first step isn't to scale. It's to get successful. You need to build a system that you can repeat over and over and over again, okay? It doesn't need to be 80 grand. Your marketing budget, okay, we're going to do a 90-day PPL budget as an example. If you know the nationwide average, I think, for PPL is anywhere from $2,500 to $4 grand. Cost per acquisition, okay? Cost per acquisition, not cost per lead, not cost per click, not cost per call, nothing, right? So you're going to spend, let's just say, $4 grand on the high side to buy one property using a PPL strategy. That's just an estimate, okay? If that's the case, how many deals do you want? How many deals do you need? If you're business, if you're a one guy on a couch, if you're Chuck in a truck and you just need one deal a month, that's fine, all right? You're going to take your $4 grand per deal and you're going to times that by 3, and now you have a 3-month marketing campaign, okay? Now that I'm overshooting it, right? I'm taking that $4 grand, I'm timing that by 3 for 90 days, and then I'm saying, all right, this should get me one deal. But if you're going to use, let's use Lead Zolo just because it's a flat rate, and that's why I like them. If you're going to use $200 as your marketing pay per lead cost, okay, now you know 200 into 4, what is that, 25 leads? I don't know. But over that, right, you know, man, I probably can get 2 deals out of that, right? Not just one. So now you're kind of stretching your budget. The whole reason why you want to make sure that your marketing campaign, your budget covers your full campaign, is to make sure that you're not getting shiny object syndrome halfway through your campaign and you're switching. Anthony says it is cutting out. Anyway, you got to make sure that you're not getting that shiny object syndrome and you're switching, okay? Everybody gets it all the time. I have conversations with our Mastermind members, and they call me and they say, hey, listen, we're using Lead Zolo. I'm getting a lot of these type of leads. I'm going to move it over to here. Okay, you can do that, absolutely. But if you have to realize that the type of lead isn't going to change, okay? The market changes. So right now, we're in a downturn market. We're seeing pain points that we weren't seeing for the past 3 years, okay? They're getting really magnified. On top of that, prices are actually dropping a little. Rents are kind of steady, and they're actually dropping a little, but affordability is down. You're starting to see different deals, okay? You're starting to see a lot of people that are calling, those inbound leads, they're different than they were 6 months ago, right? They're people that are really needing to sell, but they can't sell. They're not good deals. A lot of them are retail. Sorry, I keep on getting off track thinking that I'm cutting out and stuff, but it's fine. So you have to make sure that you're reverse engineering your marketing budget, okay? That is step 1. You have to understand what you can and can't afford. If you're just starting into this and you don't have any money for a marketing budget, that's okay. There are still ways to find off-market properties, but you're gonna have to leverage your time and your energy for those, okay? So those are going to be more outbound leads, right? You're going to have to do a lot of cold calling. You're going to be doing a lot of door knocking. You're going to be doing the driving for dollars. You're going to go get, for $100 a month, you're going to sign up to DealMachine, and you can skip trace unlimited, and you can get 50,000 records and all these for $100. You're going to do that. Your marketing budget is that $100 times 3 times whatever else you want to do, okay? You have to make sure you're systematically touching your leads. You're going to call them, you're going to text them, you're going to email them, you're going to mail them a postcard, okay? If that all fails, you're going to go door knock them. Just because a lead comes in and they don't pick up, how else are you reaching out to touch that lead? Okay, you have to make sure that you have all these things in place and you know it. It's not hard, guys. So I want to get into marketing strategies, okay? For the inbound strategies, there are a bunch of them. Today, I want to just focus on these two, okay? PPC, this is our bread and butter. This is how we get leads. The majority of ours are all PPC. We have been doing it for a while. We are one of the best in DFW. We have a large marketing budget for the month, and we're successful at it. I do not recommend this for you. The average investor just starting out should not be trying to get into PPC as their entry marketing way, okay? I just said that is our bread and butter. It's how we are successful. Why am I telling you not to do it then? Because it can be costly. You can spend a fortune on it and you can have nothing to show for it. I cannot tell you how dangerous this is, okay? I talk to investors all the time and they tell me they spend 20, they spend 30, they spend 40 grand on PPC and they didn't get a lead out of it. They didn't get a deal out of it. They didn't get anything, okay? There are so many things involved with PPC that you don't understand and you have to now learn it, okay? So your first step starting out should be talking to sellers. It shouldn't be branding yourself and trying to do keywords and negative keywords and worrying about. We had people call us for a bounce house to sell their bounce house. That cost us $500, right? Or whatever the lead was. That cost us. We can't turn around and ask for a refund. You can't, right? Because it's your service. It's your fuck up, okay? Now, it is high risk, high reward, but it's dangerous, okay? So take that with a grain of salt. PPC is Google Ads, okay? It's the top 3. When you click on, I need to sell my house, those first 3 that come up that say sponsored, that's what you're paying for, okay? Now, your goal isn't to be the top one. Your goal is to be the second or the third, okay? Because you're spending significantly more to be on that top one, and it doesn't matter. Honest to God, being top or the bottom, as long as you're on those top 3, that's all that matters. That's your goal, okay? And there's all games you have to play behind it. So it's Google Ads, targeting specific keywords related to real estate investments. You have to create compelling ads that drive traffic to optimize landing pages. All of this shit matters. You have to have landing pages that convert. You have to have forms set up and make sure that those are converting, okay? When you're first starting out, that is not something you should be spending time on. You should be working leads and you should be calling sellers, okay? Not messing with Carrot and trying to get your SEO set up and your forms built out. And you can hire somebody to do this, all right? But then you're going to be paying them on top of your marketing budget. So it's just another thing to put in the cap, all right? Social media ads, these are great, all right? But again, you're going to have something set up, all right? You can do social media ads, you can do Facebook ads for relatively cheap and not have to try to go through all the big bang and bucks and just use that platform. But at the same time, you're now spending time to manage those campaigns. Okay, that's my whole grief with this. If you're first starting out, you want to make sure that you're managing your time well enough, okay? And is it spent on marketing? No, it should just be spent on calling sellers back, okay? Benefits of PPC, all right, is immediate visibility, precise targeting and measurable results. Okay, you can really dial in. You can fine tune this, and that's where TJ has fun. He's not in here talking to sellers. He likes managing the PPC, and that's great. He's amazing at it. I'm telling you not to do it because you should be talking to sellers. You should be talking to leads. You should be doing follow-up, right? That's where the money is. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to say, hey, they're successful, so I'm going to go and try to be them. Yes, you can, right? I want to lead by example, but at the same time, you have to understand we have been doing it a while. With PPC, all of that matters, okay? Your age of account matters. People want to build a landing page and they want to brand themselves. You don't need to, right? You don't have to be the face of everything. So, what is, if I hate PPC so much, and I don't, I love it, what's the alternative? Okay, that would be a PPL service. There are multiple PPL services out there. There's Need to Sell My House Fast. There's LeadZolo. There's Deal Speed and not Deal Speed. Deal Speed is the disposition side. iSpeed to Lead. Sorry, Gene. Don't kill me. I'm gonna have to support Ukraine now. There are these companies, okay? They're already doing it. They're already doing it in bulk. All they're doing is selling the leads now. And that's all you care about. Now, you can take a marketing budget and pay it directly to them and work leads, okay? These are lead generation companies. You're going to pay an agency for leads. These leads are usually pre-vetted and show interest in selling their property. That's another thing. When you're setting up your PPC, you have to make sure that you're targeting the right avatar. These professionals, they already know what to do, okay? That's their job. That's why they're successful. That's why you're going to go and get trusted and reputable services. Okay, you're not just going to go and find some person off of Fiverr and he's going to say, hey, I'll find you leads. No, don't try to do that, okay? Don't reinvent the wheel. Keep it simple, stupid. Benefits, all right? You're going to reduce the time spent on building a brand, okay? I promise you, if you're first starting out, it's going to take you a while to set that up. And you're not managing your PPC campaigns, right? So you're not spending the time on managing your keywords and all that bullshit, right? It's going to provide you with a steady stream of potential, I said clients, but I meant leads, and allows you to focus on nurturing them, okay? You can also dispute bad leads. I think I've said that 4 times so far. If you're first starting out, and you spend, and your marketing budget is only $5,000, okay, and somebody calls you to sell their bounce house, you just wasted $300 to $500 because you didn't know you needed to have a negative keystroke of bounce house, because that's a thing, right? So plan accordingly, right? You don't know what you don't know, and I'm telling you right now, with PPC, there's a lot of shit you don't know, okay? And everybody wants to do it because it's the shiny object. It's a shiny object for a reason, okay? Add that later on. After you have a successful PPL campaign, then go and hire somebody to build you out a PPC campaign, right? Use the agencies to learn how to actually do lead gen. And then go and do your own, right? Find out what works and what doesn't. Your first step shouldn't be to hire other people. And I'm telling you right now to go hire other people. But what I meant in that was your first step shouldn't be to hire VAs. It shouldn't be to hire a management company to run your ads, right? Your PPC, right? Let them run their own, okay? The lead that comes in, from Leadzolo sees a generic YouTube ad or whatever source it is, right? They're not getting Sell My House, Tim and Sarah or whatever, right? They're not getting DFW home buyers or specific companies. They're just getting Joe Schmo, right? Very broad marketing. And it doesn't matter, okay? Because when my team reaches out, Jessica, Mason, Daniela, when one of them reaches out, they're just going to try to solve the seller's problems. That seller needed help, they raised the flag, and now my team's going to come back through and provide those solutions. Oh, man. All right, so moving right on. So those are the two inbound strategies, okay? Those are the high dollar ones. And in today's market, you need to be doing about a 70-30 split between inbound and outbound, okay? Inbound is about 70% of the traffic. If you want to be successful and have continuous deal flow, you need to be spending money. You need to be doing some form of outbound and inbound traffic, okay? What does the outbound look like? Well, it is more simpler, but it usually takes more time, okay? It's cheaper. What do I mean by cheaper? These are the ones that I really recommend when you're first starting out, okay? Bandit signs, yes and no. Bandit signs, yes, they do count because it's a way of, you can do bandit signs, you can do billboard signs. Those all are outbound, right? Sorry. Inbound. They're ways of just raising awareness of your brand. So yes, they don't have to be high expensive, right? Bandit signs are a cheap way to get your marketing out there. So it is another example. Driving for dollars is one of the best and cheapest ways to find off-market properties, okay? You can do it relatively free. What do I mean by that is it's just going to cost you a tank of gas, okay? If you want to get fancy, go get DealMachine. It's $100 a month. There's a link in the comments, and it'll give you a 7-day free trial with all these bells and whistles, all right? So it doesn't cost you anything, okay? Go use it. Go put on a filter. Go find deals that look like trash. Go find properties that the grass is high, nobody's taken out the garbage in a while, okay? These are all very easy things to do. And then you have to put in the work and go find the seller, right? Find the person and get them on the phone. Get in front of them. Go door knock it, okay? Driving for dollars. You can directly engage with potential leads by knocking on doors in targeted neighborhoods, okay? You can also do this virtually, right? You can virtual drive for dollars. You can go on Google Maps, Google Street Views, and just go through, find properties that are schwacked, right? They have tarps on their roof, and then go skip trace the seller and call them and get in front of them and just ask them what the story is. It's that simple. I'm buying properties in the neighborhood and just wondering, how can I help you? You might just find out that they're a landlord and they want to get rid of the damn property because they're tired of dealing with tenants and insurance claims, right? DealMachine is my #1 recommended app, okay, for this. There's also PropStream. I just like DealMachine. I like the overlays. I like how you can put in the filters and you can start driving, and then without even batting an eye, I can just tap it and I'll add a property to my list. And then later on, once you add it to your list, if you have it set up, DealMachine will start doing the mail marketing for you too. It'll start firing out postcards. Okay, so now all you have to start doing is calling them. Well, guess what? DealMachine also provides their phone numbers and unlimited skips for you too. So now you can kind of systematically touch them, okay? You can call them, you can text them, you can mail them, all in one simple motion, one simple tap, all right? And now you keep on going. You spend an hour driving for dollars, you add 100 properties, that's a great afternoon. It's not hard though, but it was cheap. It took you an hour, took you a little bit of gas, just put in the work. Smart list building. Okay, this is something that I do all the time on the calls. I use DealMachine and I really narrowed down on my avatar. Okay, find what your avatar is, whether or not you're buying land deals or if you're buying single family deals, if you're buying mobile homes, right? Figure out what your avatar is and then really focus down on that. You can build lists or smart lists in DealMachine of 200 properties and then go systematically hit them, as opposed to trying to build a list of 20,000 and then handing that off to VAs and paying VAs $5 an hour to work them. And then, you know what I mean? Like, so instead of spending a fortune on that system and that operation, you can slim it down and be more pinpoint with it and your time and leverage what you have, okay? Build targeted lists of potential leads based off specific criteria, right? Use these lists to systematically touch introducing your services and offering free consultation or meeting, right? You're always trying to get belly to belly. What are your goals of a cold call? Your goals of a cold call are to bridge the gap between awareness and acquisition. You're not going to buy it on that initial touch, okay? As much as these gurus tell you to, most likely you're not going to lock it up on that first touch, all right? That's okay. Set your goals of that first call, that first introduction. You want to find out about the property. You want to find out all of the pain points. You want to find their timeline. You want to find out what the story was. You want to find out who the actual seller is, who the person in control is, okay? You want to try to set up a time to go out there and get belly to belly, okay? You want to try to get photos from them. If that's all if you're doing it virtually and that's all you can try to do off that initial touch, that's so fine, so be it. You don't have to rush it and make an offer. Even though some other jackknose is probably saying that he's going to get my deal over me, that's fine. If he wants to come in and get the same lead and then compete against my sales team, God help him. Because I promise you, my sales team is better at understanding empathy and sympathy and getting to the core problems. And I promise you, they'll get it locked up cheaper than you, right? Because they're playing the long game. They're actually investing time and energy into the seller, okay? Direct mail, this is another outbound strategy as well as inbound, okay? Direct mail is one of those that is, it's in the both wheelhouse, okay? Small batch direct mail is what I'm going to be talking about today, okay? I want you to send postcards. I want you to send handwritten letters. I want you to send small batch things if you're first starting out, okay? If you can't afford to go to Yellow Letter Direct and pay 10 grand a month to do large campaigns, that's fine, okay? Build a very smart list. You can't write 20 postcards a day and just drop them off on your way to work in the morning? Is it really that hard? I promise you somebody's going to call you after you do it for 3 months. That's where the campaign thing comes in, and that's where the timeline comes in, and making sure you're not canceling your campaign once you start it. If you say for the next 3 months, I'm going to build a list every day, I'm going to cold call it, I'm going to text it, I'm going to email it, and I'm going to mail to it. I'm going to send out postcards. You do that for 3 months, you're going to get a lead from it. You're going to get a deal from it. But if you stop month 1 because 2 weeks in your hand hurts and you realize, oh, I haven't gotten a lead yet, I haven't gotten a deal locked up yet, you're going to turn, you're going to try to get shiny object, you're going to want to drop everything you're doing, you want to pivot, okay? But you can't pivot yet. You have to stay in the trenches. You have to keep on working. You can make fine-tune adjustments, and you can change your message, you can change your frequency, and you can change your avatar, who you're sending it to. Okay, those are the three things you can deal with when it comes to marketing: frequency, message, and avatar, who you're sending your message to. Okay, so if you're not having a successful campaign, it's one of those three things. Highlight this mail piece when you talk to them in person or on the phone, right? Use it as some sort of credibility package. Hey, John Smith, I'm calling in regards to 123 Main Street. Did you get my piece of mail? Did you get my, marketing piece in the mail? I sent it out last week. No? All right, don't worry about it anyway. But it just gives you a door to open in a sense, right? It gives you some way to be a point of authority. Okay? And that is a huge thing. Networking. This is, I can't scream this enough. When I first started in real estate, this is all I did. Okay? I was on Facebook. I went into every group. I went into every post. I commented on every post. I answered questions. I didn't post in the groups and try to ask questions. That won't get you a lot of interactions. But just talking to people, okay? Getting your name out there. Letting everybody you meet understand that you are in real estate, okay? I was talking to Donald, one of the members, this morning, and he came across 2 deals, okay? In the past 24 hours, both of them were he stumbled upon people that were selling properties. They needed to get out of them. I think both of them were divorces. But all he did was, he knows he can help them because he is in real estate. He can find people to buy this property. He can find a title agent to come in and clear title if it's that, right? He just has to present it, right? He just has to say, hey, tell me the story. What's happening? And that's what he did last time. He finally got a hold of the owner driving through his property, and he got a hold, and he's, hey, tell me the story. What's going on? And, he's been so nervous. These are his first direct-to-seller deals, so he's making sure. But he's nervous over the wrong things. He's doing everything correctly. He's asking the husband what's going on. He's getting all the details of it. Okay. Oh, he found out that the wife is the one in the driver's seat, or the ex-wife. Okay. And then he got her information without even me saying anything. And then he reached out to her this morning. He got offers. He got numbers, right? Like, he's stumbling all the way through this. So nervous, thinking that he doesn't know what to do, but he does, right? He's helping them. That's all. People get so worried about a number, and that's not what this is about. Okay? Real estate investing is about helping people. Okay? The number, that's later. That's if the deal makes sense. So networking, all right? You're going to attend local real estate events. You're going to go to investment seminars. You're going to go to business meetups. You've got to build relationships with potential clients, partners, and other industry professionals. I can't tell you enough. When I say you have to build a Rolodex of business cards, you really do. Okay? You need to have insurance. You need to have title agents. You need to have lenders. Okay? Find a goddamn florist and throw it in your back pocket. You would be shocked how often you could use a bouquet arrangement to be sent to a title office as a thank you or something, right? Like, these things go so far and wide, and it's so simple, okay? When you're networking, make sure you're systematically touching those people, okay? You just went to Ryan Jackson's Texas Tuesdays. Well, on Wednesday, are you going to call everybody and say thank you and text them and say it was really appreciated meeting you? If you need any help, let me know. You should. If you're not, you're wasting opportunities, okay? Everybody is a lead. You just have to make sure they know it, okay? Hey, I'm here. I can help you. Just let me know. You need to let everybody you meet know that you buy the worst of the worst and you can help in all situations, okay? Everybody you meet, just let them know. I almost said trap houses, but you just let them know that you're in real estate, okay? You'll be on Facebook and you will find people that, hey, my cousin needs to sell her property. I know that Nick buys and sells in DFW. Let me give him a call, right? Like, I've gotten reached out to from people from high school that I haven't talked to in 20 years just because they know I buy and sell, okay? Once you start putting it out there, the world will respond. It was a little Tony Robbins, right? All right. So that was me rambling about marketing. Now we're going to get into the actual buying. Everything that we're talking about, okay? The deals that we're talking about. What makes a good deal? There's not one buy box, okay? If I told you it's 70% minus repairs only, then you would discredit and disqualify every sub 2 acquisition that was at 80%, but it had a 4% rate and they're just giving away the keys, okay? So you have to make sure that you're looking at every deal first, okay? You really have to do a deal first approach. You have to make sure that you're running a CMA, okay, getting comps. Always use the MLS if possible. That's not available for everybody, and that's fine, okay? You can still get a good judgment on a property value without using the MLS. Now, the MLS is going to be the most accurate, and it's going to have the most up-to-date values, and in a downturn market, that's what you want, okay? But you can use anything, okay? Use tools like PropStream, DealMachine, fucking Zillow if you need to, right? If you really have to use a Zestimate, use it. Don't bank on it, but you can use it for your better initial judgments, okay? You have to pull the sales data in the area to determine the market value of that property, right? That is always step one. You have to understand what the property's worth if you're going to provide a value as an offer, okay? You're going to do a property inspection. It's not always possible, okay? You want to try as hard as you can to get belly to belly with that seller. I cannot stress this enough. You will get far better deals belly to belly, okay? Not only that, you're going to get better rapport. You're going to get better follow-up. So many things happen once you see people, okay? They have so much. It's harder to turn people down once there's a connection, okay? So fight for that connection. Build that connection. You're not in a rush. You're not in a rush. They are, okay? And you should be in a rush or a hurry to solve their problems, but at no time does that deal, I'm try to stress my words here, but I want them to be correct. At no time should you walking away from that deal hurt you, okay? You might lose a little bit of earnest money or something like that, but never be afraid to walk away from a property, okay? If that deal isn't a good deal, it will sink you, okay? I cannot stress this enough. I go into it later on. I talk about it, but I've seen more people fail trying to force a bad deal rather than just walking away from earnest money, okay? Don, you're absolutely, I love it, Don. You're on a roll right now. You got 2 for 2. So, financial analysis. Oh, wait, no, this is where I was at. Property inspections, right? So if possible, conduct a thorough inspection to identify necessary repairs and get accurate estimates from contractors, right? Try to walk every property. I'm not telling you to go talk to Jose and Miguel and get bids before you put an offer on a property. Okay, that's not what I'm saying here. You want to make sure that you're as accurately or conservatively. You have to make sure that you're conservatively estimating the repair budget for that property. Okay, so get as much details as you can. Get as much up-to-date photos as you can. Get all the information from the seller about the property. I know you don't care about the roof or when it was last replaced and yada, yada, yada. But these are also all great questions just for dialogue. While you're on Investor Lift trying to find how many sellers or buyers are in the area, right? Ask these questions and let the seller talk. Draw it out, okay? You're not in a rush. Financial analysis. Again, we swear by it. I used to be a lender. Why do you think I swear by it? Lenders very rarely lose because they are hedging their bets, okay? They are making sure that they're looking at things with a risk and reward, right? So that's where the 70%, most lenders, that's their max for that they'll loan on it. So if that's the lender's max risk, why do I want to push it? Okay, and I'm not saying you don't, but this is where you should start, and this is your max allowable offer. Okay, 70% of the ARV minus repairs is your max allowable offer. Okay, if the property is worth $100,000. 70% times 100,000 is 70,000. If a property needs $20,000 in work, 70 minus 20 is $50,000 is my max allowable offer. So when I'm talking to her and I'm finding out what grandma, grandpa's issues are, or, the daughter that's selling the deceased property, right? All of these things, right? I'm not starting at 50. I'm starting down near 30 and walking up, okay? I'm running at 71,000, okay? And I'm saying, all right, well, I greatly appreciate your time, but this is what it would need to be. Title search, all right? This is another thing. Once you are in contract, you want to make sure you're doing a thorough title search. Okay, and you don't have to go and hire a TC, okay? It takes nothing to open title. It's an email. They're going to send back title, and you're going to read it. And there's different title policies, okay? A, B, C, and D, all right? This is a little cheat sheet that you can use, all right? So for title policy A is always there. Title policy B, these are the ones you want to check and you want to read, all right? Be careful is what B stands for. You have to just read it, make sure there's nothing funny in here. If there's anything in title section C, it needs to be cleared, okay? They just do not leave anything. Clear everything in C, all right? And then D is don't care. But you're going to want to open up title. I don't care if you're just wholesaling it. You're going to want to open up title, and you're going to want to pull this, and you want to find out the details. Because this is going to tell you if you have to go find other people, or if you have to go clear liens, or if they owe taxes and everything. It's all back on the title search. All right, and don't be surprised. It's going to be shit here. It's fine. Take it and clear it. And then finally, right, you want to make sure that you're doing a buyer analysis. Are there buyers in the neighborhood? Okay. A simple way to do this. This is just from MLS. This screenshot right here. This is not a specific property, but it's on the bottom of MLS, and it'll give you a number. Okay, it's 791 on this property. It's saying that it's high. It's highly likely that this is going to sell in, and it gives you a time frame. Okay, if you pull up a lead and it's in the 300s. There are no buyers in that area, right? So you have to take that accordingly, right? When you're making your offer, can I actually get this property sold, or is it a good investment? So Don, so the 70% rule, that's for flips, correct? If so, what's the rule for a wholesale offer? So this is where I want to highlight, right? Your acquisition and your disposition strategy should be two different things, okay? So, yeah, you're gonna just deduct on top of that your profit, your fee if you want. But when you're wholesaling it also, you can use this and then turn around and you just want to make $5,000. You're buying it deep enough. That's another beauty of this. If you bought this at 70% minus repairs, anybody will buy it at 70% minus repairs, okay? There's some doctor somewhere that'll pay 80% because he needs a rental and a write-off, okay? That's why I love this as the max. But yeah, you just deduct your costs, and then that's if you want to work off a 5K spread and all that fun stuff. Okay, so now we're going to get into negotiations. We know what we're looking for. We're looking for schwacked properties that have hopefully high equity. It's okay if they don't have high equity. We just sub-2'd a deal earlier this year that was 105% ARV. There was zero equity. It was negative equity, and we still got it done. That's why I want to make sure that you're not using the 70% minus repair to disqualify properties, okay? Always try to evaluate it first from the 70% and then go to the next one, okay? Negotiation tips and securing the best deals. You have to understand seller motivation, all right? You have to identify why the seller is selling. They're not going to sell to you unless you solve their problems, okay? Yes, the seller might need money, but that's not the real reason, okay? The real reason is there's a divorce. Somebody just died. They can't afford to go to their next place, right? They need help moving out. They don't want to list it because mom is a hoarder, okay? They can't list it because mom's a hoarder. So you need to sell it with all the junk intact. It can be a million different things, okay? You have to ask questions to find out what those things are, all right? What are the actual pain points? What is the timeline, okay? You're going to make your strong offer. You're going to present a well-researched offer and highlight your ability to close quickly. When I say a well-researched offer, okay, you're not just going to say, hey, this is my offer and that's it, you know. That might work, yes, but be ready for the pushback, okay? You have to be ready for those things, and don't take it offensively. Never get combative with them, okay? You're on their side, and you're going to say, all right, well, I understand you probably thought your property was worth more, but 123 Main Street, right down the street, that just sold for more, and you think your property is worth, this is what it looks like. And you're going to show them photos and say, all right, well, does your property look like this? No, I don't think so. All right, well, and then just bringing them down to realization, okay, that you're buying the property for what it's worth. You're still going to solve their problems, but they're not walking away with $100,000 because there's no $100,000 in the property. It's going to take $100,000 to fix it, okay? But you're still going to be able to clean it out. You're going to sell it without a realtor. You're going to do all these things. You'll be able to move grandma or mom into a new place. You'll pay a down payment. Whatever those problems are, you can solve them. But you have to be realistic about the numbers, and you have to show where you're getting those numbers from. You can't just argue and say, no, I don't think it is that. Yeah, sorry, no problem. You can be pig-headed all you want, but you're not going to be successful. You're not going to be, you're not going to be able to have a repeatable business of success, right? You want to be able to take something and just stamp it out and say, this is going to be successful more times than not. Okay? That's your goal. And on top of that, I'm going to throw in some marketing that's going to keep it running. Be able to show them where the numbers come from. Don't be afraid to walk them through the numbers. Okay? Even on the repair budget, even on the profit, even on your fee. Okay? If you're wholesaling it, be up in front about it. Tell them what you're doing. I have buyers and yada, 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 right? Walk them through it. Shouldn't be a surprise, and no way. Be ready to walk away. I said this earlier, now I'm going to say it again. Do not get emotionally attached to a deal. Be prepared to walk away if the numbers don't make sense. Okay? So many investors fail trying to force a deal. I can't stress this enough. I've seen and when I was a hard money lender, people would come at me, yell at me about my required cash to close. My required cash to close as a hard money lender is dictated by the deal. You brought the deal. You brought a shitty deal to a hard money lender. Now you're upset with a lender who's trying to tell you this is a shitty deal. Listen to your lender. It's not fucking hard. Your lender's literally telling you this is a shitty deal. I'll still do it, but it's going to take you 50 grand cash to close. And people are arguing with the lender instead, saying, no, you don't know what you're talking about. I know this is a good deal. I just got a feeling. Whatever. Can't help them all. But I can't stress this enough, guys. Be ready to walk away. Never get into a property or a deal that you are not wholeheartedly confident in. Okay? Use contingencies. Right? Include contingencies such as financing, inspections, and appraisals to protect your interests. I'm not trying to say, hey, give yourself a bunch of outs. Don't give yourself a bunch of weasel clauses, as they call them. But you have to make sure that you are protected, okay? So if you're going into a wholesale deal, if you're putting an option on it, give yourself an out, okay? Active listening and rapport building. This is number one, but some reason I put it toward the end, okay? Develop a positive relationship with the seller to make them more willing to work with you. Okay? They have to want to work with you. They're an avatar of somebody. Okay? They're already getting mail. They're already getting cold call. They're getting texted. They're sitting down on the toilet and Facebook Messenger or Facebook ads are showing them ads of other house buyers. Okay? They're an avatar. You have to stand out and be different than everybody else that's calling them, using VAs, and you have to crack that nut, okay? How do you do that? Here's a secret. By being a fucking human. It's that simple. Have a conversation with them, relate to them, hear the things that are happening in the background, ask them questions about it. Okay. Oh, is that a baby crying in the background? Oh, I have a niece. I have a nephew. I have 2 sons. Oh, how old are they? Oh, okay. Oh, is that dog yapping in the background? It sounds like a Yorkie. I don't fucking know, right? Like, just relate to them. Be any way you can. Okay. The money is in the follow-up. It's such a cliche thing, but it's true. Okay. The more you can relate to them, the more you can ask questions, get on a first-name basis with them. All right, you have to be on the first-name basis with the person in charge. Let me start that over, okay? You have to make sure you're building rapport with the person in charge. If not, they better be in control of the person in charge, okay? meaning it's the legal. Take it however you want. Okay, you have to make sure that you're talking to the person that actually is the deal decider. Okay, that is number one, and then just follow up with them. Talk to them on Tuesday. Get used to texting. Right? Just checking in, see how. Oh, I know you were going to an appointment on Tuesday. How did that go out for you? Oh, okay. I know you have a following up with your doctor's appointment. How are you feeling today? Just be a human. Anything that you took, take notes in your book, not your CRM yet because you don't have one. Take it in your book, take all these notes, and then every time you follow back up with them, just relate to one or the other. Okay? Make connections. Offer creative solutions. Okay? You have to be open to creative options like seller financing and short sales. Not every deal is a cash offer solution. Okay? Sometimes we solve the seller's problem by just referring them to somebody else and making sure that they are taken care of. Okay? You can make money just by referring people. And I'm not telling you to go, this is part of that networking thing. Okay? If you have a list of realtors that can quickly help retail clients and such like that, then you're optimizing your marketing too. Okay, if a lead comes in and you just paid $500 because you want to be arrogant, you want to go get a PPC campaign, and that trashy lead is a retail lead, but you can't do anything with it, well, maybe you have an agent that can pay you a referral fee or something, right? Or you just help them. Just be a human, help them get taken care of, and guess what? They'll remember it. And they'll hopefully pass it on, okay? When you're on Facebook and everything, just tell stories. Just helping them by referring them, you can take that, tell a story on Facebook, share it, and I promise you will get some other deal from it, okay? The world will pay you back one way or another. All right, now we're on to the dispo side of things. Does anybody have any questions about the acquisition side? I hope that was okay. I know I'm kind of doing a broad basis of everything. I'm trying to fit everything into an hour and a half. So, dispo. So you're going to, first step, prep it for the sale. Depending on your disposition strategy. Your acquisition and your disposition are two different things. You're buying things deal first. So you're going at it, you're going to buy it at the cheapest number possible. You're going to get it so cheap, you can do anything with it. Okay? You can wholesale it. You can flip it. You can make it a retail deal. You can hotel it. Okay? You can just clean it up and put it on the MLS if it makes sense as that deal. Depending on what your disposition strategy is, you're going to build a package for that disposition. Okay? If it's a wholesale package, you're going to build it. If it's a flip or a retail, you're going to get with an agent and they're going to build it. Okay? They're going to take professional photos. You have to tell a story. Okay? If a property isn't selling, most likely it's the photos. You have to make sure that they're easily viewable. If you're doing a wholesale deal and you're blasting out to everybody, you got to make sure that link works. Make sure that link isn't a pain in the ass to get through. Don't make your buyers jump through hoops. It will be way too easy for them to just say, nah, and go on to the next deal, okay? You have to make sure that the property story is being told, okay? Does it need to be staged? That's a question right now that you should be asking, okay? If you're trying to get top dollar in this market, does it need to be staged? Make sure it's listed to sell. What a property appraises for and what a property sells for are not the same in today's market. Okay? A property might appraise for more than it's going to sell for. That is very, very common right now. Okay? A property will get an appraisal for $250 and sit on the market for a month or 2 months until you start dropping the price. Okay? I don't know where I got that number. I just threw it out there. $250 is a little low. But point being is, you're in a different market, okay? So make sure you're not trying to push numbers, okay? You make the money on the buy. When you're in real estate, you make the money on the buy. That number was already locked in. Your profit is already set in stone. You have to realize that. The profit is already set in stone. You bought it. Now you're just trying to collect it. Okay? So, do I sell it today at 250? I hope so. Or do I have to wait, right? Or do I sell it today at 250 or I can't think of anything. But anyway, you always have to make fucking changes or plan accordingly. I'm trying to think what I was trying to say out there. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. ADD. What a property list for sell. Okay. Marketing properties to potential buyers. Okay. This is bread and butter. MLS when possible, investor lift, and deal speed for REI deals. Investor lift, if you don't have investor lift and you are part of the mastermind, just reach out to us and we'll give you access. We'll get you the data needed. But use investor lift, use the tool, use deal speed. It's another marketplace. Hey, Gene, I made up for it. Deal speed's a newer one. It's more of a marketplace than investor lift is. But you have to reverse. You have to reverse market. Same thing on the inbound, okay? You have to do it on the outbound now, okay? When you're trying to get rid of a deal, you need to actively reach out to buyers. Us as investors, okay, we're so arrogant that we think, oh, we got this deal. Oh man, I got this under contract. I know this is good. I know this is good. Anybody's gonna want to buy it. Everybody's going to want this deal. It's such a good deal. It is my deal. Everybody's going to want to buy it. I send out one marketing blast or I put it up and I think I'm going to have it sold and nobody even opens a link. Nobody clicks on anything. Nobody does anything. All right. Now, I'm like, what the hell? Oh, I thought everybody. No, you actually have to. Investors are idiots, people. You have to go and put things in front of them. Okay. So, you need to use tools like Investor Lift or Deal Speed. Build yourself a list of credible buyers in that area. Know what they're buying, know what their avatar is, and reach out to them directly. Tell them, right? Hey, John, I got a new deal. It's 123 Main Street over in 75217. I know you just bought one down the street. Let me send this to you. I think it's going to be a home run for you. Okay, put in the work. Just buying it is just as hard as selling it. Okay. Social media marketing. All right, you're going to create a post on Facebook Marketplace to promote the property. You're then going to share and blast it to every local real estate group in that area. Okay, you are going to make it loud. Let everybody know. Hit everybody over the head with it that you have this home run deal. Okay? Email campaigns. Use, you don't have to go out there and buy it, but you can use MailChimp. MailChimp's a great one. Most CRMs nowadays have some form of built-in email blasting capabilities. Okay? Every time you go and get networking, business cards, every time you're building a list, go on social media in the area that you're going to. Go in those groups and just type in @Gmail as a search and scroll down and just start pulling every email from those Facebook groups. And you're going to build a list of buyers. The same way as you're building a list for marketing, for acquisitions, you got to do for the dispositions, okay? You have to build your list. You have to send out to them. You have to stay in front of them, okay? Local real estate agents is another one. Huge opportunity. Just go on Google Maps and type in brokerages and then cold call the brokerages. Find out who's doing the most deals, who's doing the most investor deals. Hey, do you have any agents in your office that work with investors? Oh yeah, Tammy does? Okay, what's Tammy's information so I can send her a home run deal? Okay? You have to start networking. You have to start outbound networking. Open homes and private showings. Okay, you're going to host open homes and schedule private showings for interested buyers. Ensure that the property is clean, well lit, and ready for these buyers. Okay, it's kind of nothing really, no shit, Sherlock, right? Like, yeah, you got to make sure it's presentable, but at the same time, don't go above and beyond. If you know you're selling a shit box in the hood, and you're just trying to wholesale it or assignment, you don't have to go out of your way, right? Sell, make sure that it's ready for the type of buyer that that is buying it. So. Closing deals efficiently. Setting the right price. I've talked about this a couple times now. You need, and I cannot stress this enough, you need to price the property competitively based on a market analysis and comparable sales in the area. A well-priced property attracts more interest and faster offers, okay? You have to sell to comps, not dreams, okay? I know this property is going to sell for X. You better list it for Y because you're wrong, okay? It's not 2020. Okay, it's not 2019. You're in a different market now. Negotiation, same way on the acquisition side. You have to be the professional. Okay, you have to know your numbers. You have to have it locked up with receipts. Okay, be prepared to negotiate with potential buyers. Understand the terms that are most important to you: price, closing date, and contingencies. Okay, I will sell a property cheaper if I know it's going to be faster, if I know it's a guaranteed close. Okay, all these things matter. And be flexible on less critical points. First offer equals the best offer. That is a saying that we live by. First offer is the best offer. First offer is usually really passionate. They want it. They've seen it. A lot of times that first offer, they'll go and look at it twice or some shit. A lot of times that first offer is the best offer. Don't hold out trying to squeeze it for everything it's got. You made the money already, just collect it. Working with professionals, okay? Engage with a real estate attorney, escrow officer, and title company to ensure all legal and financial aspects of the sale are handled correctly, okay? Do not hand off to a TC that doesn't know their ass from their elbow, and they're just pounding the title company with phone calls, asking for status updates, right? Call the agent, call the title agent, find out what's on title. Find out what she needs. You have to be the professional. You have to be the point of contact. Okay? It's your file. You're the one that has to be closing it and making sure that everything's on the up and up, right? Does John Smith actually own that house? Or is John Smith lying and it's actually Jane Smith and selling Jane Doe's house? I don't fucking know. Anything's possible. Fraud is out there. These professionals become part of your outbound call process for finding potential buyers and getting your name out there, okay? Your title agent will become a voice for you, okay? You can turn your title agent into a marketer almost, okay? If you point your title agent, bring them cookies once a week, right? Treat them, this is part of networking, right? Love them up, doll them up, and when a deal falls out, you might get a phone call. You'd be shocked. Or if they need a referral, if somebody comes in and they say, hey, do you know anybody that can help? Oh, John buys over in 75217. Let me give him a call. Here's his business card. His business card's on the table. Grab it. It goes a long way. Closing process. Prepare all necessary documentation for closing process, including the purchase agreement, disclosures forms, and inspection reports. Ensure that the buyers has secured financing and is ready to close. Okay, this is the same part as the acquisitions. You have to control the buyer as well as the seller. Okay, your acquisition side has to control the seller, and your disposition side, you have to control the buyer. Okay, are they ready to close? Did they send in insurance to the title company? Do they have cleared funding? Did their EMD get sent in to title? Okay, all these things matter. And if you're just saying, oh, it's disposed, I signed a contract, and then you go off and you start counting your chickens before they hatch, but your assignment or assignee didn't send in earnest money, they're not doing fuck all on financing, their new lender's reaching out and still needs insurance to get to title, you're ready to close on Tuesday, the property's getting foreclosed on Tuesday, you're dancing on and partying, but your buyer is just doesn't care because he got under contract and he's looking at 10 other deals and he's in a different stage of a business, and you're not controlling your buyer. Okay? So huge part of dispositions is controlling the buyer. Okay? And controlling the entire file. That's it. That's my hour and a half. Key takeaways, just following up, right? Marketing is the lifeblood of real estate. Well, marketing and leads are the lifeblood of all sales. Okay, let me start there. Okay, if you're not actively generating, or continuously generating leads and inbound, then you're doing something wrong. Okay, get a deal under contract, you go right back to lead gen and you start working the phones again. Okay. Never pull your foot off the gas in the lead department. The second you do, you will hurt. Maybe not right away, but 2-3 months down the line, okay, you'll feel it. Effective marketing, thorough property valuation, and strategic negotiation are crucial for successful acquisitions. Okay, you have to maintain control. Systematic processes and efficient closing procedures are key to maximizing the success of property dispositions. And then lastly, you have to make sure you're using a combination of inbound and outbound strategies to generate and convert leads effectively. And then we always say the 70-30 ratio. 70-30, 70% inbound, 30% outbound. That is what is working in today's market that we're seeing. So that's it. That's what I got for today. I hope it was beneficial and somebody got something out of it. If anybody needs anything, we're always here. If anybody has a deal, let me know. I know I got Don working with Don. I think Don's working the Kentucky lead. So we'll follow up with that after this afternoon. The 20th, recap of that. I closed my book. Recap of that. The 20th, Thursday, the 20th, is our Dispositions in-person mastermind event. It's in our office. Everybody's invited. Should be a good one. Dispositions is the topic for this month. Next month is marketing. Next month event, I actually have the CEO of Sphere Rocket VA. I have the CEO of Sphere Rocket VA. He's coming out to our meetup, so he's going to talk about using VAs and he's going to do a little presentation. As always, our events never have any sales or anything, so I'm not going to really let him sell, but definitely tell everybody about his products. So if anybody needs anything, reach on out. Keep crushing it. Peace. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, deedly-dee. Big ones, small ones, on the sides of your head.